Charles Otis Whitman was born in North Woodstock, Maine in 1842 to a poor family. He had an early fascination with taxidermy that led to a house with many stuffed birds, which his parents tolerated. In his later research, Whitman returned to study behavior in pigeons. Whitman's hair turned white when he was 17, which gave him an authority during the teaching job he took to earn money to graduate from Bowdoin College in 1868. When Whitman was drafted to join the Civil War, he was rejected, probably because of his eyesight. He received his PhD from the University of Leipzig in Germany, then went to the Tokyo Imperial University in Japan for 2 years. In 1894, he married scientist Emily Nunn and became a founding director of biology at Clark University in Worcester, Massachusetts. During this time, Whitman developed outstanding skills as a microscopist and in producing exquisite drawings of what he observed. He carried out some of the very first studies of cells dividing from the moment of fertilization, called cell lineage studies, with the leech clepsine and his favorite organism, and writing a detailed 100-page long article of his findings. That work set a standard for many others who even today carry out cell lineage studies. To help students and researchers with this method, he published a textbook called Methods of Research in Microscopical Anatomy and Embryology. In 1887, the Women's Education Association and a group of supporters in Boston decided to establish a marine station in Woods Hole, Massachusetts. The small town on Cape Cod was already known for its biodiversity and excellent research conditions pursued by the U.S. Fish Commission. The Boston group acquired a property across the street and set up a modest wooden building to hold students in the downstairs lab and independent researchers upstairs. For this new marine biological laboratory, they needed a director. Becoming director would involve setting up the laboratory, organizing courses, and overseeing all aspects of operation while also helping raise funding. The position came without pay and without administrative support. Who would consider such a demanding position? Whitman accepted the offer immediately because he had a great vision for what this independent marine laboratory would be. He strongly believed in bringing together education and investigation. He was absolutely committed to including men and women equally, and he knew that if the lab had excellent microscopes and research equipment, this was a place where American scientists could carry out first-rate biological research. Whenever the trustees complained that he was spending too much money, Whitman insisted that both students and researchers needed the best possible equipment and instruction if they were going to produce outstanding science. He persuaded scientists to come teach, often without pay, for the privilege of working in research labs with excellent equipment. Imagine what it was like to be at the MBL at that time. This must be the original MBL Whitman laboratory, which is called Old Main and located in the center of campus. Hi, thanks for waiting for me. Should I move in a little closer? Whitman would have appreciated seeing himself how much MBL has expanded. In 1892, Whitman moved to the University of Chicago when it first opened, serving as the founding director for the biological sciences and building strong connections between the university and the MBL. He encouraged all his graduate students and colleagues to join him in taking the train to Woods Hole each summer for a season of research and camaraderie around science. He was known to transport his research passenger pigeons to Woods Hole on the train from Chicago. One wonders what Whitman would have thought when, in 2013, the MBL affiliated with Whitman's very own University of Chicago. He surely would have been pleased by the MBL's successes and amazed at the rich diversity of scientists, variety of organisms studied, and the world-class equipment and techniques used. Whitman was well recognized for his work and was a member of the National Academy of Sciences, American Academy of Arts and Sciences, and American Philosophical Society. Charles Otis Whitman made important contributions to cell biology and microscopy, animal behavior, and education through his attention to detail and to the success of each student. Whitman invested his tremendous energy and hard work to make the MBL into an amazing place that continues to attract scientists who carry out outstanding work to this day and into the future. For these reasons, we continue to celebrate the life of Charles Otis Whitman at the Marine Biological Laboratory.